Okay, my name's Mageria John. My surname is Kamau. I was born in Africa, in the city of Nairobi. It's like the central part of Kenya. My father was a builder. Sadly, he built houses that were more expensive than ourselves we could live in. But unfortunately, my dad died when I was very young. My mother was a retailer. She had a small business. She used to sell clothes. She would go buy clothes from the Asian importers in Nairobi. Right now, there are very few of them remaining currently, and then sell them in a market in Kawangware. I went to my school all the way from the elementary school to high school and even to the university. Most of it I did in the city of Nairobi. It's only the university which was way off, but the nearest major city was still Nairobi. What I enjoyed when I was younger is to make my own toys. When I was growing up in Africa, you had to make your own toy, and I was very handy. I would shape buses, small cars, small toys, like that. And that's a part I enjoyed. I used to sell these toys to some of my age mates, and sometimes I was in trouble with their parents because they believed their kids are stealing money from them to buy toys from me. But my toys were cooler than they would make, so they would prefer to pay me to make toys. While I was living in Africa, I traveled moderately until I finished high school, and that's the time that I started to travel, because after high school you are young and you want to look for other opportunity. And I couldn't find a job in Kenya. So first place I traveled that I've never traveled in Kenya was Mombasa, and I used to go and sell electronic components there until I got an opportunity to go to England. I learned through a friend that I can actually get they call it a Commonwealth visa for young people under the age of 32 years who can go to England and work for 2 years. And after my visa expired, they couldn't extend my visa. I went back to Africa to continue with my trade. Okay, when I came from Africa, I came directly to Wisconsin, to Madison particularly. Wisconsin in general is like an academic center and also a technology center, but not so much a media center. I look at the film industry in the whole of America and in the world, and I always notice the stories that are least presented properly are stories in Africa. Probably all stories in Europe, legendary stories, have been retold again in Hollywood. But African stories, where are they? Not so many. The only one, probably I think it went closest possible to saying something about Africa, is King Lion. Even the names in the character are African names. Mzee, like the name Mzee, which is an elderly man. And I think Hollywood is running out of stories. So if they are actually running out of story, they should think of going to Africa to hunt for these two, because there are so many tribes. I would like to create movies that tell these African stories for what they are, not for what they are not. Because I have seen very many stories that are supposed to depict Africa, but they've actually misled people. One of them, which I will mention, was a story about the genocide of Rwanda. Some things twisted. They gave the wrong picture of what happened. Even some eyewitnesses of what happened in Rwanda came out complaining. How can you say so-and-so protected us in your film, when we know very well some of those people are now being taken to Hague for crimes against humanity? How can you say in your film so-and-so protected me, when the film say, when we as eyewitnesses, we know they are responsible for this? So these are some of the things, probably, if I'll ever have what it takes, I would like to address. But maybe I am the next one who should make a movie, get that attention. Once again, my name is Mageria, and thank you very much for watching, and I hope you got something interesting from this interview, which I enjoyed very much myself.